Beyond the Mic with Sean Dillon.
We're joined on the Starline by a producer, writer, and executive producer. You've seen his work on Ted Lasso and WandaVision. His next project is a remake of Don't Tell Mom, The Babysitter's Dead. We welcome Chuck Hayward.
Hey man, how's it going?
Absolutely great, Chuck. Let's take a Beyond the Mic mini. Quote, the doctor said to avoid stress at all times. If you keep this up, I swear to God, I'm going to slap you to Spain, unquote. A quote from your movie, 33 years later, and you've reloaded this story for a new generation. Why was it important for you to retell this tale?
We wanted to see the dynamics of a Black family with this story that we already loved. And we wanted to really up the comedy. Our deal was make the funniest movie you possibly can and introduce the world to these wonderful young actors and just pay homage to this movie that I watched a million times when I was a kid, almost on a loop on HBO. So we were just excited to jump in and have some fun.
Were there any moments that you thought were questionable in the first read, but the cast delivered it better than you thought?
No, there wasn't anything questionable. Actually, we didn't have a read because everything was so quick. We were racing to production to happen before the writer's strike.
Really?
We didn't quite make it, but we did the production of it during the writer's strike, and everything looked perfect. We only had 22 days to shoot it, which is a long time, especially when you're dealing with underage actors. But everybody came, they brought their A game and knocked it out of the park. And just everyone got the comedy, everyone got my voice, and they brought really unique stuff to their characters. And man, it's just fun. It's something you can watch. I think fans of the original are going to dig it. I think younger people who they don't have a lot of content about themselves these days, so I think they're going to get it as well. I'm just excited, man. It was an incredibly fun project to work on.
How many Easter eggs did you throw into the movie that people can find, like references to funeral homes, Syracuse University?
Yeah, probably a couple dozen, I think, and some of it even direct dialogue. I told people I was working on this, and they were like, "Well, you got to say, right on top of that, Rose. You have to put that in there." I was like, "Of course, I'm gonna put that in there." and the dishes are done, man. We find a way to do that as well. But we kind of try to just make it all about character when it's in there, so that it doesn't feel shoehorned in. It feels like, oh, this is something that these characters would actually say, and it's context,
Exactly. Cleaning the dishes with a bat.
Yes.
How did the final cut of your movie make you feel, especially when you showed it to your friends and family in Delaware?
I mean, it was incredible. Very often, you directors don't always get your voice, and they don't always find all the jokes. Wade Elaine Marcus, who is I'm bowing to him. He not only got my jokes and got my humor, but he added some of his own just in his visual style and the way he directed the actors. And so just being able to show it to my folks back in Wilmington, it was amazing. And the mayor came and gave me the key to the city. I mean, it was one of the proudest days of my entire life. I'm not going to lie.
The movie is Don't Tell Mom, The Babysitter's Dead, and the writer, Chuck Hayward, joins us beyond the mic for the Fast Four. 4 random questions. Answer with the first thing that comes to your mind. There's no pressure.
Gotcha.
Best Eagles game you ever attended, and did they win?
Yes, it was Eagles-Rams. The season they won the Super Bowl, so it's been 2018, I believe. They did win.
Your favorite scotch is what?
Favorite scotch is Macallan. They have they don't make it anymore, but it's called Terra.
Best place in Wilmington, Delaware?
Rodney Square.
Which show that you've worked on didn't get the love that you thought it deserved?
The first show I ever worked on was a show called Bent, and I think that didn't get the love it deserved. It was really funny. It was on NBC. Incredible, talented cast, and who have all gone on to do incredible things. So yeah, go back and find those 6 episodes if you can.
It's time for 2 big questions with the writer of Don't Tell Mom, The Babysitter's Dead, the remake by Chuck Hayward. Chuck, you've had great successes and some failures to launch. What's your next project, and how do you want to attack your future?
Next project, I have a pilot that we sold to FX with a Scottish comedian named Daniel Sloss, and I'm really excited to get that out there. It's kind of a look at masculinity and sort of how it exists these days and how it affects who we are. And it's a comedy, so I know I didn't make it sound very funny, but it's definitely everything I do is comedy forward. And moving forward, I just want to do projects that excite me, and I want to do projects that are actually saying something, that are people can connect to it, so that it's not just on in the background while they're on their phones. It's something that they're like, oh man, I'm seeing a bit of myself in this. I feel like represented, or I feel, like connected to this piece. So like, that's really what I'm looking for.
What's the biggest challenge you've overcome in Hollywood?
Authenticity. I think for a long time, I kind of struggled to like deliver what I thought people wanted. And I think that gets you a little far, but then you got to figure out who you really are behind the curtain. And I think I struggled to remove that mask for a while, but now that I have, like, it definitely, my career's gone so much better than it did when I was just doing what I thought people wanted me to do.
He loves Rodney Square, drinking Macallan Terra, and wants you to watch Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Chuck Hayward, thanks for taking the time to talk with us today.
All right. Thank you very much, Sean.
And that, my friends, is a Beyond the Mic Mini. If you're enjoying these conversations, please check out another Beyond the Mic episode to find more actors, artists, and people you need to know. We'd also appreciate a like and subscribe on the Good Pods app.